Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the Number 9 with Tommy podcast. This week, we're giving away free money. One of those sentences in my introduction was untrue. But
What the fuck is going on?
I got something stuck in my mouth. And it was just locked in there.
Whenever you're ready.
Are you going to start over?
Yeah, start from the top. Ready? Click, 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 clack. Go ahead.
I know you're not clicking anything.
You're all set. Go ahead.
Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the Number 9 with Tommy podcast. This week, we're giving away free money. One of the sentences in my introduction was untrue, but that's okay because the show will be fun too. Our podcast is spreading faster than room temperature butter. Soon, we'll be famous, and Tom and I could get with your mother. But have no fear, he's married, and I'm quite smitten with Liz. So your whore mother will have to go elsewhere to be riddled with jizz. But enough about that skank. Moving onward and upward. We're getting into a show that's bound to be absurd. Tommy fucking Washington, what's been up, man? How are you?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I just like to tell people where we're at. A little warning shot, you know? Like, we could bang your mom, but we're not gonna.
You're a horrible person.
What, for not banging their mom? So you think you're a better person for banging their mom?
I haven't banged anybody's mom in a long time.
I'm just saying, I am what you like to call cougar bait.
I
Put me on a hook. You catch cougars all day.
I bang stepmoms.
Nice.
Sometimes. Not really. You know, married life. Focus Squirrel's in the chat. He said late stream. I said, yeah, had to get the kiddo from practice. Erica's off painting naked bodies somewhere at her friend or something at her friend's house. And then he had a bunch of comments about the intro. But yikes.
Did we delete the ridiculous pause at the beginning of the intro when I was trying to figure? I thought I actually had a piece of plastic in my mouth, but I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a seed. I don't know.
From the rubber dildo. It happens.
Yes, it's a seeded dildo. You know those.
Yeah, anybody listening to the show right now on the podcast has no idea about that intro.
Oh, good. Phobic Squirrel said you cannot delete the internet, Pat.
Facts.
Yeah, the live stream caught that.
Anyway, Pat.
I froze up like B Rabbit in 8 Mile.
Pat, we were going through the timeline, and I just realized this. We have to do NFL picks.
Oh, that's actually good because I did my Survivor pick. I have not done my actual pick, so I'll do them when we do them.
Perfect. But anyway, let's hop right into it. What we got on the Focus Squirrel says Raiders. Raiders looking good. You know what's looking good, Pat?
I thought you were going to tell me.
I was asking you. Who else?
Are you going to say the San Francisco 49ers?
Absolutely. They look fantastic. They're looking good. Looking good out there. They're playing the Packers on Sunday Night Football.
I can't complain. They kept me in the Survivor pool, so I'm okay with them.
Yeah, they're pretty good. All right, so let's get right into it, Pat. What do we got first? We got a whole bunch of memes, right?
Yeah, Tom. In the spirit of Halloween, I'm going to start throwing some spookier stuff our way and some Halloween related stuff our way. So these are stories told by parents about the creepiest moments of their children. Did you read these?
No.
Okay. Well, you want to read the first one or the second one?
Well, I'll read the first one.
Okay.
Interesting bedtime chat with my 3-year-old tonight. Daddy, I had a family a long time ago, and my mommy was called Shocky, and I was called Anki. But then I died, and now I'm with your family. If anyone needs me, I'll be cleaning the pants I just shit for the rest of the night.
So this kid talks about his previous life and then shitting his pants. Which is that's classy. I like this kid already.
Oh, it's funny. No, the kid didn't say that. The guy said, anyway, if anyone needs me, I'll be cleaning the pants I just shit for the rest of the night. That's fucking funny.
All right, let's move on. This one says, my mom and sister were in a taxi with my nephew when he was about 3. He pointed at a branch of Claire's accessories and he said, when I was a big boy and I was a fireman, I used to go into that pet shop. The elderly taxi driver almost crashed. He said it used to be a pet shop when he was a kid.
What? That's some creepy ass shit.
There's some good ones. All right, this one's you.
My eldest remembered being born for a while, about 3 years old. He talked about it when I was stuck in the dark place and I couldn't breathe. Then the big man made a new door. I had an emergency C-section under general anesthetic. The cord was around his neck. Surgeon was a V tall, I assume that means very tall man. Whew.
It's fucking weird. This one says, when my little brother was small, he said to my mom, this is where I died. Wasn't it, mommy? She was giving him a bath at the time. 18 months before he was born, she had a miscarriage in that bath.
What? That's real fucked up. That's a little creepy. I had a grandfather called James who died before I was born. When I was 3, we were looking through some photo albums, and I said to my mom, "These must be all like English people."
British. Yeah.
That's Grandpa Jim. He reads me stories at night, and pointed to James. Mom was hysterical for a few days.
Imagine if your kid fucking said, my dead grandfather reads me books at night. What the fuck?
Phobic Squirrel says these are completely not made up.
I mean, why would these people lie, Phobic Squirrel? This one says,
to get likes and retweets.
That's possible. The creepiest thing my son ever said was when we were driving and he went, oh, look at all the people. And there were no people, but we just happened to be driving past a local cemetery.
That's a little creepy. My 3-year-old used to describe how when I big the machine, it cut my head off. He'd use the trash can lid to demonstrate on his baby doll. One day, after weeks of this, I asked him to draw the machine. I kid you not, he drew a guillotine. He even knew how the mechanism worked. Oof.
I like to think that those are all true.
That's it.
Those are our creepy stories from kids.
How many of those do you think are really real?
I hope that they're all real, man. I mean, who knows how they happen? You know, like especially like the one of Grandpa Jim. He's probably heard Grandpa Jim talked about before. He probably, using his imagination, pictures Grandpa Jim. I don't know how he would match it with the picture. That's a little weird. I will say, when I was a kid, I told my mom that I had a dream of sitting on an older guy's lap and he was talking to me. And when I described the guy, it was her father. I even described the outfit and she was like, he wore that all the time. I had met him once or twice in my entire life and had no clue what he looked like. I mean, I was a baby when I met him. But I did manage to remember it, at least in my dream.
Yeah, but that could be as simple as you remember like you still have a brain as a baby, right? So you
yeah, it's probably just a repressed memory because he's a piece of shit.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, sorry we brought
Sorry,
that
Mom.
up. Sorry we brought that up. Your mom doesn't listen. You don't have to apologize.
Good point.
Phobic says the cemetery one is probably the truest. That's because you're a sick fuck, and you're probably right. What else we got on the docket, Pat?
I mean, we've got a 3-finger news article, news that's sure to shock you. The title of this article is Texas Mom Blasts School Library Book. Quote, I do not want my children to learn about anal sex in middle school.
Pat, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to talk about this.
Did you read it?
No, stop talking. Drop a little Addy ad. Phobic, how's it going, man? Thanks for being on the stream. We haven't seen you in a while.
Like, what are you doing? Just slaying can jam and being handsome as fuck?
That's what he does.
He said, "Do you guys collaborate any pre-show work at all?" Phobic, does it seem like we do? Does it? Are you getting the hint that, like, man, these guys really prepped for this motherfucker?
Uh, Pat writes the timeline, and I just show up and do all the work. Do all
Actual
the
factual shit right there.
do all the the production, if you will. That's the word I was looking for. Pat, before we get into this article, I just want to say, number niners, anybody that's listening to the show, we really miss having feedback from you guys. You guys haven't been emailing in, nothing about the football. Um, that's real nice. Thanks, Phobic.
Damn.
He just said not a flattering camera angle. I don't know where else I'm supposed to put this thing, dude. I mean,
He's cut his entire stomach out of the fucking picture.
yeah. I mean, here, how's it?
Tom, you can still see your face.
It fell off this little box I got over here.
Now it's just like a creepy horror movie, bro.
Yeah, I don't.
Moving the camera around and shit.
It's rough over here, man. It's rough. Anyway, I miss you, number niners emailing in. We haven't had a mail time segment in a while. We'd like to have some mail. So send us in something. Send us in some articles. Send us in some ideas. Whatever you guys got. And don't
Tell you what,
forget
the best email we have for Sunday show. The best email. Oh, Tommy, man, the number niners are about to get a dose of reality right now of how this goes. Tom, did I tell you I'm going on vacation starting fucking Saturday?
No.
We're cool. We can still do the podcast, I believe, because I will be at Steven's house, which is pretty convenient since we know the podcast works out from Steven's house.
You're a fucking goddamn mess.
Yeah, by the way, Tom, I'm going on vacation next week.
When are you leaving?
Saturday. Deb's funeral is Saturday, so I took Saturday. I wasn't originally. I was going to work Saturday, and then I leave from there.
Okay, so you will be available at 10:30 Sunday morning.
So here's the thing, Tom. On Sunday, I'll be in Pennsylvania because I got to pack some stuff and move it down to Steven's house.
So
But
how
I'll
the
totally
fuck?
be ready for the Sunday show or the Wednesday show, or we could do it Sunday night.
I don't think you're gonna have, if you're gonna be in Pennsylvania on Wednesday, or on Sunday. How the hell would we do it Sunday night?
'Cause we're waking up Sunday morning, packing a U-Haul, and driving straight to Virginia.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna make it there in time. So probably no show on Sunday, guys.
Why not? Why don't you have Mason do it with you?
You see what just happened there? That dead silence. That's what would happen for an hour and a half.
Number 3's got to earn his keep, bro. He's not on the chat anymore. He's got to do a show. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna text him right now. I'll text him right now.
No, I gotta tell you, he has been streaming on a more regular basis. So you know what? Who knows? We might have. We'll see what happens.
He can actually, I can give him the key to my house, and he can just come do it right here in the basement.
Why?
Or
Why
he can go to your house.
Yeah, he could just come to my house. He wouldn't have to. I don't know. We'll see. I might have a special guest appearance as a co-host or something.
There you go. You can get Sanchez.
Hold on, I'm texting my kid because he's clueless. In the Insta pop. Perfect. All right. So anyway, let's hear about this news article since you just.
Yeah. So, anyways, mom's upset about her.
Hold on. Phobic just said what? No Phobic co-host offer. Phobic, I would love to have you on to co-host the show. I really would, but I know deep down that you would not accept. But here is my offer. If you would like to do the show, yeah, see, definitely not have. I couldn't even get it out of my mouth to say, come and do the show with me. I would have a great time doing it with you. I think it would be fun. It would be hilarious, and people could see how you really treat me. Instead of
Phobic, I think you should do it, 1, so that you can mistreat Tommy, but 2, so that you can write an intro, put some real effort in, just outshine me do a better job. Like, you can make us look bad, man. This is a good opportunity. You're handsome as shit. You can be on camera. I don't
Yeah,
know if the show if the show worked like a seesaw, Tommy would send your ass flying from Texas all the way up to Connecticut.
I aim to uplift, not to put down. That's true. Tim is on this new thing where he's
Nothing wrong
trying.
with positivity.
I love it. I think we should. I think we should have you on. We could talk about a lot of the books that you read. We can talk about football. We can talk about the Raiders. We can talk about video games. We can talk about all kinds of stuff. Pat, this is a true story. No, I do not want a cigarette.
Time you
I
quit
don't.
smoking?
I don't smoke. I'm not a smoker.
I'm super confused by everything that's going on right now.
It's something that Tim and I talked about yesterday. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. This is a true story, Pat. I'm going to tell you the story and then we'll move on. On my birthday, on our birthday, mine and Phobic's birthday, we played some video games together in the morning. Everybody knows I'm trash at video games. If you guys watch me stream, you understand. But I played and enjoyed them. No big deal. So we play for a couple hours together. He goes and does his own thing. I go and do my own thing. Later on at night, I hit him up. Hey, you want to play? And he's like, sure. And he was playing another game at the time. So we get into the game together. And I can tell he's a little irritated. So I go, how's Dota going? Which is the game that he plays. He's like, it's fucking horrible. And blah, blah, blah. And we load into the game. And he's just like being a straight up dick. And I'm like, yeah, he's going to start yelling at me because he's upset. Not at me, but at this other game. And it's carrying over a little bit. So I was
Sure.
like, you know what, man? I'm good. And I just left the game. And then we haven't played video games together since.
Yeah, I could see that.
I feel bad. I felt bad all night, actually. But anyway, that's it. He said facts. I did feel bad, but I was like, I'm not gonna I was in a good mood. I didn't want to get brought down. And I know it wasn't directed at me, but I understand where he was at. So I was like, I'm just gonna put some separation between us right now because I don't want to get yelled.
I like it. It was a good call.
He didn't mention the dumbass thing. What'd I say? What was the dumbass thing I said? How's Dota going?
Obik said he didn't mention the dumbass thing he said, though. Number Niners, I am champing at the bit to hear this line.
It's chomping at the bit. I said, how's Dota going? That's the only thing I remember saying. I might have said when I quit, like, I'm all set. I'll talk to you later.
He said, nah.
All right. I don't remember what
All
the
right,
fuck I said.
on to the article about middle schoolers learning about anal sex.
All right.
So, oh, you said, I'm sorry.
Oh, I said that I was sorry that Dota wasn't going well. And he's like, you ain't fucking sorry. Don't hit me with that insincere bullshit. And I'm like, okay, I'm all set, man.
I can picture how you said it. You're probably like, I'm sorry, Dota's not going well.
I said, oh, I'm sorry. That's pretty much what I said. And it was sincere. Like, I'm sorry it's not going well. Like, there's not much I can do. It sucks. I'm sorry.
All right, let's get into this fucking article.
What the fuck?
So he said, why the fuck are you sorry? He's still mad at you right now. He's angry. Because did you fuck up my Dota?
No, but I care about your general happiness and want you to have the best experience possible. Absolutely. I guess it's what I'm sorry that you weren't enjoying it at the time and that you were frustrated. Not that I did anything, but I'm still sorry about, like, I'm sorry for what you're going through. I feel sorry for you. Jeez.
Wow. All right.
Fucking prick.
A Texas mom harshly criticized the local school district about a book in the district's middle school. Hold on. Folks says, sorry, feeling regret or penitence. He just gave you the information. He's so upset still. Phobic, I'm sorry, Tom upset you.
Listen, man, it's something people say, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I'll never say I'm sorry again, you prick. I'm sorry I said that.
He's sorry he apologized.
Go ahead,
all right, a Texas mom harshly criticized the local school district about a book in the district's middle school libraries that described graphic sex snapping. I do not want my children to learn about anal sex in middle school. A passage from a book the middle schools a passage from a book in the middle school area. This is an actual passage from the book, Tommy. Pussy, or the idea of pussy, or the idea of pussy. A Mexican is a Mexican is a Mexican. Take her out back. We boys figured. Then, hands on the titties. Put it in her coin box. Put it in her cornhole. Grab a hold of that braid and rub that calico. That is on page 39 of a book for middle schoolers called Out of Darkness, which is at the Hudson Bend Middle School and Bee Cave Middle School. What the fuck are these people teaching these kids? Put it in her cornhole and coin box.
I want to know. Hold on. Whoever wrote this article said, all right, not going to lie, had a Google cornhole because I have the game in my back of my yard. But according to Wikipedia, cornhole is a sexual slang vulgarism for anus. The term came into use in the 1910s in the United States. It's verb form to cornhole, which came into usage in the 1930s. It means to have anal sex. Who doesn't know that? Like, I didn't know where it came from, but who doesn't, like, we used to joke around playing cornhole about what cornhole was. Like, who doesn't know that?
Yeah, or like, somebody's like, yeah, don't be a quitter, hit her in the shitter. And this girl's like, what's a shitter? Like the toilet, hit her in the toilet? Well, kind of, ma'am, kind of. You fucking moron. So at that point, beeping started indicating Belle's 1 minute time allotment had run out. But she continued, I do not want my children to learn about anal sex in middle school. I have never had anal sex. I do not want to have anal sex. I do not want my kids having anal sex. I want you to start focusing on education, not public health. Tom,
hold on, time.
I gotta tell you,
this girl shouldn't knock it until she tries it. You know what I mean?
That's a valid point. I was going to say this. Why is the opinion of somebody who's never had anal sex the one that we're talking about? Shouldn't we get a butt slut up there to give her, like, well, you know what they should do is they should talk about lube in these books. These kids are going in raw, and you got turds falling onto the couch. We talked about that. The dude, fucking the girl in the butt in England when they were visiting the guy's mom, and she shit on the couch when the mom walked back inside. These kids, if they get an education, that'll never happen to them. You got to do this right. You got to cleanse everything, and then you take a little slow. Make sure you don't rip anything out. This is important stuff. And this fucking do-gooder who's never had anal sex before, she's never had her butthole licked. Probably, I don't think her opinion is the right opinion to ask. If you haven't had your salad tossed, you shouldn't be the foreman of the anal conversation.
Listen, this is done in Texas, so you know that she's a heart. I would assume that she's a God lover, and that's not okay to do. Phobic says, I mean, cornhole is a bit more abstract than shitter. I could infer what is meant, but I was not confident. Yeah. Yeah, this podcast isn't for me. #lurk. Thanks, Phobic. Are they ever for you, Phobic?
Spoiler alert, folks. We do the podcast for us. And we want to talk about this crazy woman in Texas who's against anal sex. Here's the thing. It would have been fine if she left it at, I don't want my children to learn about anal sex in middle school. I agree. I don't think that's the right time. But then her saying, I do not want to have anal sex. Man, you've just lost me. I stopped listening. I don't even, what was the next sentence? I do not want my kids to have anal sex. I never got to that point because you said you didn't want to have it. You don't want to have anal sex. I don't want to have this conversation about anal sex with you.
Phobic says he likes the intro raps. That's fair. Yeah, I'm kind of with Pat on this one that she shouldn't be. I do agree with this lady that this book is a little. I mean,
100%. There's no fucking way that this guy should be saying a Mexican is a Mexican is a Mexican. That's a crazy fucking line from middle school book. But then talking about taking her out back and we boys figured, meaning there is more than one boy about to bang this chick in both holes. So they're probably spit roasting this chick at some point and they're fucking tag teaming her. They can feel their wiener tips pressing between the thin wall between the.
Hold on. Spit roasting?
Yeah, you ever seen a pig on a spit? It's got one in its mouth and one in its butt. That's what makes it spin. That's a spit roast. You spit roast a girl. You got one in front of her, one behind her.
Oh my God.
Are you not familiar with that terminology?
I've never heard that before in my life.
Okay, well, that's a spit roast, buddy.
I can tell you this. I'm writing it down for a fucking title of this show. Spit roast.
Phobic Squirrel said, cornhole, but not spit roast.
Well, that's
Tom, just so you know, an Eiffel Tower is when two people give each other a high five while they're spit roasting a chick.
I've only done one. You know what I mean? I've never spit roasted.
I hear you.
Yeah, I kind of want to read this book to see, like, if that's like. While I agree, that's kind of crazy. But you're talking what are the grades in this middle school? Because they're different all over the place. Some middle schools are 7th grade to they're technically high schools, right? 7th grade to 12th grade, and elementary school is K through 6. So there's that too. Like, was this really meant for 14, 15, 16-year-olds?
Well, nobody in middle school is 14.
Well, depending on what grade it is. That's what I'm saying.
All right, hold on. Let's go backwards. High school, you're 18, 17, 16, 15. So
that's in it.
I guess in 14, you could be in 8th grade.
You didn't listen to what the fuck I was saying.
No, I get what you're saying, that schools have, but they still, like, Thomaston was the high school and middle school were in the same building. It was all called Thomaston High School, but the 7th and 8th grade were still known as middle school students.
It's too bad this doesn't say where it is. Like, what part of Texas?
It does. It says the names of the schools and the school district. It's the Lake Travis Independent School District.
Yo, have you seen pictures of this lady?
Yeah, she looks like she needs to take one in the butt.
Yeah, I mean, she's pretty attractive.
I'd give her one. No, solely based on her attitude, I could not fornicate with that woman.
I could not fornicate with that one. All right, well, that's interesting. I think we should stay on top of this one and see how. Did it say how it ends?
From what I understand, it turned out shitty.
I see what you did there. Let's see.
Yeah.
However, exercise the decriminalization has been consistent with the First Amendment.
Ironic, to get to this board meeting, you actually had to go in through the back door. Nobody picked up on that. That was an interesting point, I thought.
They're saying that they're not even going to take the book out of the school.
Like, now, here's the other thing. Read about
how did this lady find the book too? Like, that's the other. Like, I want more from this article. Like, how did she did her kid get this book and then?
I'm sure that one kid put their hands on that book and it spread like wildfire.
Also, the author of the book said, "I don't think in terms of what teens can handle." Fantastic.
Well, that's true. The author of the book wrote the book for either themselves or a target audience. They probably didn't go, man, I hope this book ends up in middle schools. Who thinks that way? You know what I mean? Like, it'd be cool if it ends up in getting sold a lot of copies. If that takes schools, that takes schools. But I don't think that they were like, man, middle school is my target audience for this anal conversation.
Is this the only part of the book that it says something like this in?
I have no clue.
Pat, I don't like to read, but I might get this book on tape.
Before we move on from this, I'd like to make one more point. It says, at that point, beeping started indicating Belle's 1 minute time allotment had run out, but she continued. This chick's not a rule follower to begin with. Like, here she is living above the law, right? She's like, I don't care that was my time. I don't give a fuck. I don't respect you. I want to talk about anal sex right now. And I just feel like nobody's giving that any weight. She's outside her limits. She's out of bounds.
Yeah, I agree with you, Pat. I agree with you. She's a horrible person for not wanting her kids to read about cornholing.
No, that's fine. Get it in your 60 seconds, man. Don't take everybody's time up. People got fucking soccer practice to pick their kids up from. They got dinner to go home to. Some of them got to wake up early for work in the morning. This one's going on 2 minutes instead of 1. She's doubling her fucking time. Why? Because she's special? Because she hasn't had anal sex? So the person who had anal sex should be stuck to their 60 seconds? Fuck that woman. That's where I'm at. Fuck that woman. She needs a dirt nap.
She needs a dirt nap.
Dirt nap. It's people like you who make other people think it's okay to break the rules.
Pat, I think that's a little extreme that she needs a dirt nap.
What would you say she needs?
I would say she's probably I got the list behind me. A KO punch into Dreamland. You know what I mean?
Oh, how about a donkey punch into Dreamland? Let's teach this bitch a lesson.
That's not Pat. The views of Pat do not reflect those of Number 9 Media LLC.
Hold on. So it's okay for you to want to punch her in the face, but I can't, donkey punch her?
I mean, Pat, one of those would be like saying that we should forcibly take her, and I'm not okay with that.
I don't know that a donkey punch includes force.
Yeah, I mean, she's not down for anal sex. Do you think she's gonna be down for a donkey punch?
She didn't say anything about donkey punches. I would not be crass enough to think that I'm so intelligent that I can predict what this woman's sexual preferences are. That seems unrealistic of me.
Okay.
I assume this woman's into some really freaky shit and she just has a very specific no penis in the butthole zone.
I'm gonna assume that she only does missionary.
Think about it. She's obviously not the vagina and the butthole are what, a half an inch apart? She's pretty close to being someone who's had lots of anal sex. That's my take on it.
All right. That's that segment. Moving on.
All right. Tommy.
Hold on. Moving on.
What the fuck was that?
Moving on.
All right. What's that?
It's me figuring out where to cut it.
Oh.
You want to do this meme, this last meme setup first, or do you want to do football?
No, let's do the meme.
Okay. All right, Pat. So we got another kind of meme, but I think you're pretty excited about this for some reason.
I'm very excited about the movie until I read the comment underneath it. And I will say this. So Lost Boys is remaking. Okay. The Lost Boys remake is happening at Warner Brothers. Cast and director have been announced. There's pictures of them. So I'm super duper excited. Like I'm fucking through the roof. And my brother sends me this.
Hold
and
on,
under
time
it,
out. What's the Lost Boys?
I know you can't feel my anger right now, but can you at least understand how mad I am at you right now?
I can tell you this: I would probably never watch this, mainly because of the blood all over their faces, and it looks like they've been eating like they're vampires or something.
There you go. They're vampires. Tommy,
I don't
this
like
is
watching
Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, Kiefer Sutherland, mid to early 90s, prime fucking time for fucking movies coming out. This movie was unbelievable. Do not go back and watch it. This movie is garbage. It's so fucking bad and does not stand the test of time. There was a scene in this movie. We were kids. We watched this. And Tommy, what do I order with my Chinese food? Do I get the noodles or do I get the rice?
The rice.
Okay. When I'm at Hibachi, what do I do about the fact that they serve you noodles and rice?
I didn't know they sold you noodles at Hibachi.
At Hibachi, they offer you noodles and rice at the place I go to. And I say, no noodles, double rice. Every time. No noodles, double rice. I mean, this is 100% true.
I've never had noodles. I've never had noodles at Hibachi.
I'll take you to Hibachi. I'll get you the right stuff. We'll go in Unionville.
Okay.
All right, listen. In Lost Boys, some kids move to a new town in Cali, okay? They fall in with this group of guys that turn out to be vampires, and they're all eating Chinese food. This is like their introduction to these guys are a little bit fucking weird. And they're eating fucking the Chinese food, and the dude looks down at his Chinese noodles, and it's a box of worms. And I still, to this day, get no noodle double rice, Tommy. This movie fucked me up. It was not an easy scene to watch as a kid.
So you won't eat lo mein?
Stomach is, huh?
You won't eat lo mein?
Not a chance. Never.
Lo mein's so good, man.
So disgusting because it just looks like little worms to me. All right. So I'm super excited I will say this: the feedback on this whole stream of shit, which my brother texted me, said apparently they're not as excited as us. And I jump in because I'm like, oh, negative feedback. I want to see what they're saying. Like, do they not like the actors? Do they not like the director? Nah, they're not okay with this movie being remade because everybody wants to live in the past. And they're like, this movie was perfect. Leave it alone. Probably because they haven't watched it since then. Because trust me, I tried. It's not fucking good. Beside the point, this fucking comment right here was so damn true that I had to take the whole thing and put it on the podcast. It says, they won't name it Lost Boys, as that would offend some genderless teapot who also identifies as a vampire who can go in the sun. It can't go in the sun as this.
Yo, who can?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to start over. They won't name it Lost Boys, as that will offend some genderless teapot who also identifies as a vampire who can go in the sun, as the sun doesn't discriminate. I will. It will be some shit like the Lost or pick your own pronoun. The Lost pick your own pronoun, but they won't drink blood as they are vegan. Leave the goddamn classics alone. Man, that shit hurts because I know it's true.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It's a rough world we're living in. I get it. I don't know. It's just all fucking crazy.
Tommy, before we get into the NFL, I asked you before the show, did you watch the body cam footage for Gabby?
No.
So they found Gabby's remains. They identified that it was in fact her through some DNA testing. And everybody under the sun, just like with Doulos, right? This guy murdered this girl, blah, 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 blah. My take is, we don't know what the fuck happened. My take was she could have been cheating on him and he could have left her there. He took her car. I get that. That's a little suspect. But we don't know. She could have been like, the dude's wealthy. You know, I don't, you can take my car. I don't give a fuck because I got a rich man now with a big dick. We don't know why he left and went home alone. We do know that he's missing now or he's hiding now, one of the two. So I immediately said, maybe Gabby's dad wasn't going for this shit. Maybe we're not going through the whole OJ thing or the whole Scott Peterson thing. We're not going to make it a big national story. And maybe dad made this guy disappear. You know what I'm saying? And that's a body that you're never going to find. Gabby turned up, but this dude's not gonna. I'm just saying we don't know the details. But I watched this body cam footage, and let me tell you, I have a new fucking theory. In this body cam footage, they're about to be pulled over, and the car swerves, the van swerves and hits a curb, right? So the cop immediately is like, oh, fuck. So he goes up to the car. Gabby's clearly crying. She's not super emotional at the time because she's clearly trying to keep her shit together. And he's like, license, keys out of the ignition, keys on the dash. And he's like, ma'am, can you step out of the car? So he gets her alone. And he's like, hey, what's going on? And she's like, yeah, we've been arguing all day. We're traveling cross country, trying to start a blog. It's been stressful. And he's like, why'd the car hit the curb? And she's like, I hit him in the arm, just like, oh, look, you got us pulled over and I hit him in the arm. It was nothing. So the cop goes up to the boyfriend, the fiance, and he's like, why'd the car hit the curb? And he's like, man, it was really nothing. She grabbed the wheel. Just like, you need to pull over because there's a cop behind. She's just trying to get my attention. So never mind that those two stories don't match. This guy is like, listen, you got to understand, she's very high strung. She's got bad OCD. So like, it's not a big deal. Like, she didn't do anything wrong. Meanwhile, she's like, we've been arguing all day and I have really bad OCD. We've been arguing a lot. And just kind of like, okay, they're clearly on the same page, except their stories don't line up at all. But they aren't trying to get each other in trouble. So the cop goes over to the guy and he's like, hey, the scratches all over your face and your neck. Can you lift your shirt up? And he looks at his arm and there's a bruise on his arm from her hitting him. And he's like, what happened there? And he's like, really nothing. Like, she got upset. It's not a big deal. I just I was pushing her away and she accidentally scratched me. And he just kind of is like, don't be mad at her. So the cops are like, what the fuck is going on here? This girl's 110 pounds, right? This guy isn't going to say he's the victim of domestic violence. And she sure as shit isn't blaming anything on him. So the cop's like, this is what happened, man. She's telling the truth. She punched him in the fucking arm and she didn't grab the steering wheel. He's lying because he's afraid that if he says she hit him, that she's going to get arrested for domestic violence. So he said she just grabbed the wheel to get him to pull over. So he's protecting her. And he's like, we can do this any way you want. We can arrest her right now for domestic violence and we can book her, or we can let her go with a little warning, maybe separate them for the night. So they put the dude up in the hotel room for the night. They told her, we're going to let you off on this. You can't keep doing it, but you're good to go. And they let her take the van and leave, and they got him a hotel room for the night. So here's my new theory, Tommy. What if he killed this chick in fucking self-defense? What if she lost her fucking marbles and he killed her? And then went, well, we already know how this turns out, because obviously I'm the bad guy. And he just ran because he's 22 years old and he didn't know what the fuck to do. Because like I said, you're not an adult until you're 25. I say it all the time. This is a fucking kid who very possibly had nothing to do with anything, but maybe more likely killed this chick out of self-defense, man. She was attacking him. We got a whole country against this guy right now.
I'm not against anything, because this is the thing I can't get over. Why the fuck is this national news?
I told you, it's because she's a pretty girl. And there's always something like this. There's always one person who somehow manages to get the spotlight. Never mind the 22 people a day who are killing themselves to serve the country. Never mind the ridiculous fatties like us who are dying every day, ordering fucking, double whoppers. Never mind smoking, never mind vaping, never mind drinking and driving, never mind any of that stuff. We got something to focus our energy on. We're all going to dump on this guy. Excuse me, until we find him. Did you watch any of the footage of the vehicles these guys are driving around looking for this guy in?
No. I haven't watched any of this shit because you know what? I refuse to waste my time and energy on this story. I mean, it's fucking nuts.
I have it on behind me. It's on mute, but it's on behind me. And I'm looking. Dude, some of these vehicles are fucking sick. They have like straight up swamp vehicles. And I'm partially convinced that these cops found this guy like an hour into the search. And they're just like, nobody say shit. Like, we never get to drive this shit around. We never get to go play in the fucking woods. Everybody shut the fuck up. This guy's fine. Like, feed him lunch and dinner and he'll be fine. But we're going to give this 2 or 3 weeks so we can just drive this shit around and have some fun. They got some dope ass vehicles looking for this guy.
You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, time will tell. Time will tell.
I think that's based off what you've told me now, I can't make my own conclusion because I literally have not seen any of it. I know a little bit. I haven't even seen the original video that somebody took that was originally on the news. I haven't seen any of that, right? But I will tell you this. I heard some of it on the radio the other morning coming in, going into work. And you're right. Everybody still, even after seeing that body cam footage, is blaming the guy for domestic violence.
This is no different than Doulos. We said Doulos was a killer before that woman's heart stopped beating. This is just who we are as a society.
That guy had more evidence against him than this guy does. Other than the fact, the only evidence against this guy right now is that he drove home in her vehicle. That's it.
Yeah. And when the cops asked him to go down for questioning, they said no, him and his lawyer. I got news for you. That's the answer. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what the case is. If you don't have the answers for how to put me away, I am not going to come help you.
Yeah. That's
why lawyers say if you get pulled over, the only thing you need to say is lawyer. Do you know why I pulled you over? Lawyer. Do you know how fast you're driving? Lawyer. That's all you got to say.
Yeah. Facts. No cap on a stack.
This guy is the victim of society.
Yeah. Again, I don't know too much about him. I tried I'm still trying to figure out why. And I get what you're saying, dude. They're distracting us with some crazy bullshit. That's not new. Pure media bullshit. Yo, speaking of pure media bullshit, have you heard the new collab with Dax, Tom McDonald and Dax? That propaganda song?
I have not yet. I see it every day and I go, man, I got to go listen to that. And I never do. Dax is a great rapper though.
Well, so what's funny is Dax says a little bit in the song. Tom McDonald's part is fucking fire, dude. He actually tweeted the other day and said, this is probably the best line I've ever put into a song. And it's, I went to bed to dream about America and I woke up at Nightmerica or something like that. And
he made 3 shirts for it.
It's fucking that's a great line.
I was about 3 clicks away from ordering you a shirt, like, I was looking at them to find out which one you would want the most, and the one that you would want has a bunch of holes in it, like, it's designed to be like, I don't know, like, the old Abercrombie jeans that are ripped up? And, well, you're not a guy who likes Abercrombie& and Fitch, so I didn't get you the shirt.
This is a true story, Pat. Erica for my birthday got me a new pair of jeans, brand new.
Yeah, you tell me.
I wore them to work on Monday and Tuesday this week. Uh,
Okay.
Tuesday, out looking for something somewhere, and those racks that we have, and they
Yeah.
have the metal things on the top of them. Well,
Oh, yes, I love where this is going.
they caught my jean and ripped my fucking jean because I was trying to slide by a bunch of shit that somebody stacked up right against the thing. I was so fucking mad, dude. Like, ruined my brand new pair of jeans. So, they ripped them so bad that I went inside, and this is at like 8:30 in the morning. I go inside and I stapled my fucking pants back together so I could wear them
That's
the rest of the
amazing.
day. Yeah,
That's
I was
fantastic.
so fucking mad. Fucking bullshit. Anyway,
Did you drive the staple directly into flesh now that you know you can take it?
no, I did not do that. I'm not a fucking idiot.
Would have been much cooler.
Nope, wouldn't have. I would have bled all over the pants that were ruined, so I wouldn't have mattered. Anyway, yeah, I don't really have a lot to comment on this lady, on this story. Real quick before we get into the NFL picks, I want to give a shout out to our man Ramblin' Dan on YouTube or Panic Chronic on Twitch. He, I don't know if you know this man, but he goes back and he watches all our streams.
Really?
Yeah, and he leaves comments on most of them. So I don't know what happened. Phobic said that's debatable. I'm not sure about what part. Um, I don't know what he said that's debatable about. But he usually leaves comments, and he says on the last one, he said something like, what the fuck did he say? It was fucking funny, but I have no idea what it was about. So I'm a little confused by it. What did he say?
And you ate the shit out of this story. This is
He said, "Fucking Tommy, the outsider." I'm not. What did we talk about in the last show that made me an outsider?
on the last show?
Yeah.
Tom, I don't remember what we talked about on the beginning of this show.
All right. I don't remember what we talked about, but Ramblin' Dan, Panic Chronic, greatly appreciated your comments. You're the best, man. Dude, Phobic is pissed that you're not a fucking idiot. Is that what that means? He said, he's the best. Well, fuck me, right? Guys, before we get into the next thing, I was going in to put an ad in real quick, and Phobic said that means that I'm not a fucking idiot. I appreciate that. And then he
Wait,
said,
what means that you're not a fucking idiot?
Tommy, the fucking outsider or something like that, like whatever Dan said. No, no, no. I'm not sure what's going on here, but either way, I said that Ramblin' Dan Panic Chronic is the best, and Phobic did not like that. He said, "Well, fuck me, right?" Phobic, I also think you're the best. I appreciate you coming in, lurking, talking, conversating with us. I appreciate it. You're the best. Oh, he said that it's debatable that I'm not a fucking idiot. Real nice, Phobic. See, that's why I don't say you're the best. I take back what I said.
Wow. Lot going on here. A lot going on. I mean, these are not easy football picks.
What, for this week?
Yeah.
Well, let's pull up last week's scores. We should actually pull up the CBS app to go over who won week. All right, Pat, it's the moment that everybody's been waiting for. Survivor picks and the Pick'em League. First off, let's start off with Survivor, right? Because we didn't lose a lot this week. Um, we didn't lose a lot. I think we only lost 2 people, and
Who was this? Oh, my mom,
yep. So my personal
Donnie.
account got bounced out. I picked Cincinnati to win against Chicago, and fucking somehow Chicago pulled that one out. 17-20, man. Fucking unreal. And then I think this was 3 people got knocked out this week. Oh, but one guy didn't pick, so that's on him. Even though I sent out multiple reminders.
Who didn't pick?
Your boy there, Mr. Decker.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then unfortunately, Pat's mom picked Kansas City to beat Baltimore. Did you watch that game?
I watched some of that game. I did see the end.
Yeah, I did not see the end. I watched up until about right before all that crazy shit started happening. I fell asleep. But I woke up to a 36-35 win for Baltimore. So Pat's mom and I will be joining back in this week.
Oh, you are gonna? You originally said no.
Yeah, I was on the fence. I think I'm gonna do it. Fuck it, why not? But I'll jump back in. Why not? I don't want to upset anybody. I know there's some people that are upset that we're doing buybacks, but it is what it is. We're only doing it till week 4, around week 3. If I lose again, whatever.
If you lose in week 4, can you buy back into week 5?
No.
No. Okay, so
This is the last week.
Can,
this is the last week that
you can buy
lose.
back into week 4.
Yeah, so after this week, if you lose this week, you can buy back in. After this week, no more. So let's go.
It does seem unfair to us non-suck shits who haven't lost yet.
What's that? Well, it is what it is. These are the rules we made. If we allow buybacks any longer, dude, the thing's gonna go on forever.
Yeah, we're gonna have people fucking
buying back in, and we get
playoffs.
Yeah. So anyway, so we had a different winner this week. Mr. Chase Burton had a total of 13 wins. Also, James Denahan had 13 wins. So that went down to the
Jimbo Slice.
That went down to the tiebreaker. The Monday Night Football score was 52, so Chase took it because he picked 51. James had 53. So first place went to Chase, second place went to James.
Oh, why did it go to Chase? It sounds like they're the same distance apart.
No, 51 is 1 away from 52, and 54
so is 53.
He didn't have 53, though. He had 54.
You definitely said 53.
I definitely said 54.
I implore you to play it back.
I'm not going to play it back. I said 54.
Play it back.
I said 54.
Play it back.
So anyway, not a bad week for the number 9ers. We got we got 11 right. See, I fucking knew this. Like, your broski's crazy, dude. He picked fucking Miami.
He also
over Buffalo
was the only person in the entire league that picked Baltimore, and he texted me the next day something about my upcoming vacation, and I said, "You're not even going to mention the Baltimore game. You're gonna fucking big league me on that." And he was like, "Look, man, Baltimore looks really good, coming off a loss." And then he had like 16 other just you should have known too kind of points, and I was like, "What the fuck? This dude knows way too much about football."
So we lost the Miami game, the Pittsburgh, which I think was a toss-up. I mean, Pittsburgh's playing hot, but I mean, the Raiders look good, man. Raiders ain't no fucking joke. The Saints got blown out, which I think is surprising to a lot of people, but a few people had Carolina. The Chargers against Dallas. I mean, that was a close game, but yeah, it looks like it went about 50-50 for Dallas and the Chargers anyway. Seattle got beat in the final seconds against the Titans. Baltimore won. So, yeah, we only lost 5 there. So, not bad. We'll go over all scores real quick in case you guys aren't keeping up to date. Thursday night's game, Giants at Washington. Washington squeaked that one out by 1 point, 29-30. Buffalo blew out Miami, 35-0. Since he lost to a field goal
That's the worst
Chicago.
beat Miami's had since 1966.
I believe it. Cincinnati lost to Chicago 17-20. Denver beat Jacksonville 23-13. Texans beat lost to Cleveland 21-31. Rams took out Indy 27-24. Dude, I just want to throw this out there, dude. Carson Wentz is hot garbage. He's fucking hot garbage. The Raiders beat up Pittsburgh 26-17. New England destroyed the Jets 25-6. Saints lost to Carolina 7-26. Niners beat Philly 17-11. Atlanta got blown out by Tampa Bay 25-48. Minnesota, another close one there. Minnesota lost to the Cardinals 33-34. Dallas beat the Chargers 20-17. Tennessee beat Seattle 33-30. Kansas City lost to Baltimore by 1 point, 35-36. And the Monday night game, Detroit got slaughtered by Mr. Aaron Rodgers 17-35. So here we are, week 3. We'll go over our picks for the number 9 with
2 Thursday night games in a row. The first 2 Thursday night games have been fucking awesome. I am thrilled for tomorrow night.
You think tomorrow night's going to be a good one? See, I thought Washington and the Giants game was going to be awful and it ended up being pretty good. So, I don't like these matchups that they're doing, but I mean, they end up being good games. So who cares? So tomorrow night's game, Carolina at Houston. We are picking Carolina. The number 9 with Tommy podcast is picking Carolina.
Hold on, why are you picking? Did he already make the picks?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay.
We got Arizona at Jacksonville. We're picking Arizona. We got the Giants at Atlanta. Who would you pick here, Pat?
I've got Atlanta.
Well, Big Brother thinks it's going to be the Giants. We got Baltimore at Detroit. Baltimore, Chicago at Cleveland. We got Cleveland. Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. We got Pittsburgh. Tennessee at Indy. We got Tennessee, Kansas City at the Chargers. We got Kansas City, New England at the Saints. We got New England. I don't really like that.
You're reading them backwards now.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are home and New England's home.
Yeah, you're right. Washington at Buffalo. We got Buffalo. Miami at Vegas. We got Vegas. The Jets at Denver. We got Denver. Seattle at Minnesota. We got Seattle. Tampa Bay at the Rams. We got Tampa Bay. Green Bay at the Niners. Sunday night football. Who do you got here, Pat?
I'm going Niners.
That's what we picked. Number 9 Time podcast. Sorry, Griff. And then Monday night's game, Philly at Dallas. We got Dallas. Our tiebreaker's 41.
I don't like that I only have one pick different from Steven. It's very possible that I switched to Green Bay. I don't know. I lost my headset. Hold on.
Oh my god. Oh no.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
I think it's gonna be a toss-up, man. The Niners are not a great team at home. I'll be the first one to say that. However, they are a great team against Green Bay. They seem to have Aaron Rodgers' ticket. I was not too impressed with that. Like, they had a hard time running the ball against whoever the hell they played. I forget whoever they played last week. But they had a hard time getting the ball going, like running the ball. But I think it's really a toss-up, man. I think that's going to be another one that goes 50-50. And I'm kind of like, I hate picking the Niners to win, man, because I'd rather lose in this and have the Niners win.
I understand that. That's fair.
Like, it's rough. Real quick, let's see if we can do some standings for the year.
Two games in? Fuck that. Why?
2 weeks in?
Yeah.
Well, because it's important to know where you stand.
Oh, you mean for us? I thought you meant for the league.
Yeah, for the league.
No, I thought you meant for the NFL.
No, for the pick'em. We got Eric Maras in first place. He was our week 1 winner. He went back-to-back weeks with 12 picks, 24 total. This is wow. I didn't know this. Dip Dizzy is in second place with 21.
Yeah, we are tied for second.
Yeah, with Patrick Gallagher with 21. We have Chase Burton, my boy Dave Nichols, James Denahan, Matt Decker, and me, all tied in fourth place with 20. We got the number 9 with Tommy podcast. Scott, Terry, all tied in ninth place with 19. We have Patrick's mother, Griff, Josh, Liz, Mr. Cranston, Mr. Fitzgerald, Michael Ford, Signor Fanculo Vizzo, all tied in 12th place with 18. Don Lindsay and Mason Ford tied in 20th with 17 apiece. Miss Erica Washington really low down there with Mr. With DJ Crispy. Steve Martinelli, all tied in 22nd place with 16. Tony Gallagher, what a disgrace.
Bro, we
25th.
had a full-fledged conversation about how Tony knows more about football than 90% of the fucking people in this league. He dedicates his entire day to listening to sports podcasts, and I'm not talking during football season. He listens to sports podcasts every single day, Monday through Friday. He is well versed in fucking every sport. I mean, if you ask croquet questions, Tony knows the answers. He's a statistical fucking nightmare when it comes to picking winners. It's unreal. I was making fun. I found out that his survivor pick was the same as mine. And was like, fuck, it's too late to change it. This is bullshit. And then they came out like losing in the first half, and I was like, motherfucking Tony, man. Like every fucking thing he picks is a bad pick. Luckily they pulled it out. But Tony was like, if you think this is bad, you should see my FanDuel. It is equally bad.
Nice. So yeah, he's down there, 25th place with only 15 wins. And Sea Rage, a bounce back from last week. He got 8 wins this week. And that wasn't the worst. So not bad, Sea Rage. Not bad.
Let me ask you, the last name on that list, did he just play 1 week? Do you know who that person is?
I do not know who that is. He only paid for 1 week and he only played 1 week. So
weird.
I assume that we got him from our Facebook ad. And he stopped paying once he didn't win week 1. So, which, let's be real, he had no chance of winning week 1. He had 7 picks, right? I think.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he had no shot.
Yeah, you're going to have to do better than 500, and he was under that.
Yeah. So, yeah, there it is, boys. Thursday Night Football tomorrow night. Pretty excited. Probably not going to be a podcast on Sunday, but we'll see what we can do. If I can get
together, you got this.
If Phobic Squirrel is willing to be a guest, we will get him on the show. And guest host with me. Who knows what the fuck we'll talk about? Or maybe I can get somebody in. We'll see. I got some ideas spewing around my head. But worst comes to worst, Pat will be back on Wednesday. We'll have to coordinate that. Maybe we'll do a dual show with you and your awesome brother.
Yeah, we could probably just sit next to each other.
Yeah, we'll make it work. So that's it for this one. We'll see you guys. If we don't see an episode on Monday, just know you'll get one next Thursday. Pat?
Ladies and gentlemen, I say good day.
Hey, Pat, I just want to add, have a nice trip.
I love you, Tommy. Thank you.
Stop saying I love you. Phobic, thanks for coming and hanging out, man. Appreciate you. You're the best. Even though you insult my intelligence the entire time.
Yeah, what happened to, like, he was, like, we implied that he was being more positive and he's about lifting people up. And then he said he doubted that it was debatable that you weren't the fucking. I was like, wait a second. He took a heel turn.
Yeah, that's what he does. Anyway, we'll catch you guys.